You know, people always say, know your place, like it's some rule carved in stone. That's exactly what Brenda Martinez thought. She was enforcing the afternoon. She squared up in front of the VIP lounge doors at Metro General Hospital, arms folded. Face twisted with that smug look only someone used to gatekeeping can wear. She cut Amara off right at the entrance. Cold as January. Security? Get this woman out of here before she bothers our real guests. And just like that, Marcus, the security guy, swooped in big. Impatient. Already convinced he was just moving another troublemaker out of the way. Amara didn't put up a fight. Not outwardly. She let Marcus steer her toward the elevator. Her briefcase tilting as medical files threatened to spill. Most folks, they just slink off. But Amara wasn't most folks. She didn't even press a button when the elevator doors closed behind her instead. She calmly logged the names and badges of the staff on her hospital app. Every move clinical. Exact. Like she was prepping for surgery. Back at the front desk, Brenda was already rewriting the narrative for her coworkers and anyone else within earshot. Another one tried to scam her way into the executive lounge. She said, voice all syrup and steel. Probably here for charity care. Thought she'd try for a taste of VIP. Jennifer, her colleague, shifted in her seat, a little uneasy, but Brenda just doubled down, mocking Amara's shoes. Her briefcase. Her everything. It was 15 years of practice dismissal in action. But what Brenda missed was the nurse in the waiting area, Sarah. Phone out. Streaming the whole thing live. The view count was ticking up like a slot machine. Comments flooding in. Nurses, doctors, advocates, people who knew exactly what it felt like to be sized up and found lacking for all the wrong reasons. When the elevator doors slid open, Amara didn't head for the exit. She turned right back toward the VIP reception, her stride steady, as if she'd never left. Marcus tried to block her again, radio buzzing nervously. Ma'am, I told you, but Amara cut him off. Board meeting starts in 8 minutes. Her voice, calm. Her watch, a quiet flex worth more than Marcus's monthly paycheck, caught the chandelier light. Brenda's head snapped up. Did you just say board meeting? Now things were off script. Amara didn't miss a beat. She slid a platinum VIP parking tag across the counter. Brenda barely looked. Anyone can fake those. Marcus brought backup officer Rodriguez. All official posture. Ready to escalate. Soon, Tom Bradley, assistant administrator, was striding in, suit pressed, voice polished, already convinced he was about to smooth over a minor disturbance. Ma'am, these facilities are reserved for board members and major donors only, he said, like he was reciting from the rulebook. The lobby crowd was growing. Phones out. All eyes on Amara. That's when Amara pulled out her wallet platinum donor card. Hospital logo. Holographic strip. The kind you only get after giving 7 figures. Brenda squinted, stalling. Amara dialed her phone. Speaker on, letting everyone hear her leave a message for the hospital board. Dr. Johnson, running late. Situation at reception. A familiar face, Dr. Chin tried to intervene, but got shut down by Brenda, who wanted everything by the book, even if that book was already burning. Security started closing in, the crowd swelling, the live stream blowing up past 30,000 viewers. Comments, outrage, support, legal advice pouring in. Amara checked her watch. 2 minutes to the board meeting. She calmly produced a Swiss Air boarding pass Zurich, keynote speaker at an international cardiac conference. Still, Brenda waved it off. I don't care if you flew first class to Mars. This area is restricted. As security prepared the handcuffs, Amara made one last move. She held up her tablet, time-stamped and recording, announcing audio and video documentation active since 2:47 p.m. Policy 847 Kesh quoted it by heart-protected patient advocates, right to document. Brenda's face flushed. The crowd leaned in, phones up, comments moving so fast they blurred. Just as Rodriguez was about to arrest her, Amara's phone buzzed. The CEO, Catherine Walsh. Where are you? Board meeting starting. Amara typed back. Delay by your staff. Documenting everything. The lobby, now packed with hospital staff, patients, and families, was buzzing with rumors and righteous anger. Suddenly, overhead speakers crackled, code blue administrative. Stand down all enforcement actions in the main lobby. Security froze. Phones across the lobby lit up calls from upstairs. From legal. From public relations. The doors to the boardroom burst open and out strode Catherine Walsh. Every inch the executive. Anger radiating off her. What the hell is going on here? She demanded. Tom Bradley, still sure he could salvage things, started to explain. But Catherine cut him off. This woman is Dr. Amara Johnson, a chief of cardiac surgery. She's saved more lives in this hospital than anyone else in this room. And she's here because she's also the new director of patient experience and institutional equity. The mood shifted in an instant. All that evidence, the parking pass, the donor card, the conference badge suddenly snapped into place for everyone watching. Inside and online, Brenda paled. Marcus stepped back, and Rodriguez's handcuffs hung uselessly. The live stream hit 150,000 viewers as the story exploded across the internet. Dr. Johnson calmly summarized what happened. At 2:52, I was told people like me don't belong here. At 2:54, I was physically removed. At 2:57, I was accused of scamming the system. She presented her documentation already uploaded to legal, the medical board, oversight agencies. In minutes, Bradley, Brenda, Marcus, and the other guards were informed their employment was terminated. The board ratified sweeping reforms on the spot: mandatory bias training, a real-time incident reporting app, donations to equity organizations, and an independent review board. News outlets rolled in. Hospital staff looked on in awe as Amara delivered one final message. This isn't about revenge. It's about accountability. Every patient, every visitor, every staff member, everyone deserves dignity, regardless of their clothes or the color of their skin. By nightfall, Metro General's entire operating culture had changed. Brenda boxed up her desk. Bradley walked out, career in ruins, while the new systems Amara pushed for were already fielding reports and making the hospital safer. Fair for all. The story hit 300,000 live viewers. Dr. Johnson scrubbed in for another emergency surgery, proving she wasn't just a policy writer or committee chair. She was still the same surgeon saving lives, one heart at a time. 6 months later, Metro General led the state in patient satisfaction, staff diversity, and equity metrics. Other hospitals called it the Metro model, a template for changing broken systems everywhere. Dr. Johnson's case became required reading. Her courage a touchstone for healthcare reform nationwide. She taught everyone sometimes the revolution starts with jeans, sneakers, and the quiet dignity of someone who simply refuses to be invisible. If you've ever faced bias, if you've ever watched someone get written off because of how they look, share your story in the comments. Subscribe for more true stories of justice, dignity, and the power of one person to change everything. Because every voice matters, and sometimes the quiet ones are the ones who change the world.